Hello. Hiya. Good evening. That's a really good piece of music. I didn't want to turn down all the way. Let's see. You can barely hear it right now. Oh, the song ended. That's why. Hi. Hello. I'm coming at you live from my room. Let me move this down just ever so slightly. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening. I'm having a pretty good evening. And I'm very well prepared to tell you all about it. Very well prepared to talk for hours while we hang out together and experience this thing called life. And before we get into the festivities that are Final Fantasy IX, I thought that maybe I could just smoke a bowl here and just pack a bowl. And I hope that if you're out there and you've had a long day, that you can smoke a bowl yourself. My name's Paige, and this is Gender Blending. For those of you who are new here, I am a variety streamer, I think that some might call. Or maybe I'm just like a weird person. But I'm here, nonetheless. And, tonight I'm going to be finishing my run through of Final Fantasy IX, or at least getting to the end of the game. But, we'll probably keep playing like Chocobo Hot and Cold in time. And this has definitely inspired me to play more games on stream, for sure. And I'm really excited to keep streaming in the future. Just kind of tightening everything up. So right before I got on camera here, I dropped my bowl and it broke, like literally right as I was setting up for my stream. So rip bowl, it's on the other side of the room. But that's okay, we're listening to Schubert now, and you're also being serenaded with my sweet, sweet voice, which is coming at you live here on Twitch. And I'm very excited to play some Final Fantasy IX with you all tonight. I've actually been releasing a lot of YouTube videos of Final Fantasy IX lately, and I am really pleased with how they've been turning out. I just sort of trim the fat off of these streams and I just post them on YouTube. So if you're ever not here, you miss some things, you can catch up over there if you're into these videos. It's a pretty niche interest, I think. The intersection of queer people who like JRPGs. I mean, it's not that that doesn't exist, but most people who are at that intersection have probably had their fill of Final Fantasy IX in the 22 years of its existence. But have they had it with someone like me at the helm? That's the real question. And we're gonna try and answer that question tonight here while while we run through this game that I love so much together. And so one thing about me is that I moved to a farm recently. This is a farmhouse that I'm living in. I've lived in the city my entire life, and I live on a farm now. And that is a huge change. Oh, by the way, this is me playing. That's my piano in the background. And this is my music, if you're into it. I kind of hand out the link to all of my music freely, so if you like the music, then you can just download it and enjoy it at your behest. And when I post this on YouTube, I'll probably have a link to it there too. But yeah, this is Schubert, and this is a really beautiful sonata in A minor that he wrote. I love that chord. And so life's crazy for me right now. I lost a job, but I now subsequently have gotten another job, and I'm working at a hospital now. And I'm actually pretty excited for it. I'm going to be a patient services representative. So I'll be answering calls for a hospital. And I'm kind of excited for that because it's going to be like relatively meaningful work, but it's also going to be like something I'm pretty good at, I think, like data entry type stuff. I'm pretty solid at that. And then like talking to people is something that I really enjoy doing, hence the stream. So I hope if you have weed that we can smoke together. I'm using this really terrible bowl because my bowl just broke before the stream. So that's unfortunate, but that's okay. It's life and it happens to the best of us from time to time. But I'm going to start off this stream with a nice little bowl hit, and then we'll talk for a little bit, and then we'll jump into some Final Fantasy, and we're just going to see if we can get to the end of the game tonight. I'll probably keep playing beyond the end of the game, because I'll do Chocobo Hot and Cold over and over, and like other mini games, just jaunt around the world, but we're going to finish the main game tonight. And this is one of my favorite games of all time. I've really enjoyed doing this run through of it, and I hope that if there's people tuning in who have seen it before, that you also have enjoyed it, and that you're excited to see sort of the end of this arc of a story that I love so much. So let's take it here. So I was talking about moving to a farm, and that felt very true today. I've had a lot of experiences with my landlady. One of the things about living here is that I kind of help, you know? I moved to the farm to help my landlady, like, around the place. And so we talk, and we're pretty close, and we were talking today, and both of us heard this noise, but both of us played it off like we didn't hear anything. So there was this weird noise, and I didn't know what it was. It kind of sounded like a greasy wheel, but nobody said anything about it. And then like a minute or two later, I was like, did you hear something? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, why did neither of us say anything about that? And she was like, it sounded kind of like an animal. And it was like on the second story. And it sounded like there was a literal animal in our house. And we live on a farm, so that's like an actual possibility right now. Hi, Jilly. Thanks for being here. I'm talking about an encounter today with my landlady where we were talking, and there was just like a sound in the house, and I swear we heard something in the house, and it sounded like an animal. It sounded like there was some wild animal in our house, and I don't know, I don't think there was. Nothing came of it, and there's been no animal sightings in the house except for our sheep that hangs out. But like, it's kind of crazy living in a place where that could actually happen. She saw a bear on our property just recently. So there's a lot of wild animals. This song is Agustin Barrios, who's called Confession. It's very beautiful, and this is me playing it on guitar. I'll turn it up while I take another hit here, in preparation for finishing my favorite video game of all time. This is a very, very beautiful song, in my opinion. Sometimes when I smoke weed, I just think of the game Star Fox Adventure for some reason. I have that like video game embedded into my memory, and I have no idea why. It's like not a very good game, but it's like stuck in my memory, and my friends and I used to joke about that game all the time. So we're gonna play Final Fantasy tonight. And I'm really excited for it. I've been putting the YouTube video, so I've been streaming a little less, and we're going to talk about that in a second, but I've been putting videos on YouTube. I've been really trying to focus on my YouTube as much as I possibly can, and so if you're into watching me at all, then I recommend you check out my YouTube. I think that the content I'm putting out there, personally, I think it's funny. I mean, I think it's like my brand, right? Like, I think that it's different, but I think that the videos, I'm like pretty proud of them. I think there's a lot of watchability there. Of course, I think that I made them. And I love this stream, and I love doing this, but I'll probably talk about making the videos tonight a lot because it's been a really fun experience. I didn't like realize how much enjoyment, I video editing is like so tedious, but actually putting together just like tight videos of my streams where I cut all of the content that I don't think is good enough and I just tie everything together. Oh my gosh, it's like really satisfying. And sometimes I'll go on like rants and I can just cut like all the things that I say in the middle and push it all together, and it's like a coherent thought that I would otherwise like, the only way I could like even get them out is like in very circular ways. So to trim the fat is just really helpful. And the videos are very unique. I think some of them are funny, some of them are thoughtful, but I don't know. Overall, it's just me, and that's what this show is. So that's all I have to offer to the whole universe. Yo, I bumped my head. You too? Sounds amazing. Yeah, they're like 20 to 30 minutes in length. Thank you for that follow. I'm like a very depressed person. I know I don't seem it, but I am. But I also like, all I can do is laugh at like the craziness of the world. It's like absolutely insane. And like, I just am trying to do my best and try and make the world around me as good as I possibly can and try to be a beacon of joy. You can always give a compliment, Bunny Bee. Bunny Bee Lena, I love it. And a Pikachu, beautiful. You look great. And your smile is adorables. Thank you very much. I work on it. I work on everything that I do because I actually went to school for music and for philosophy. You feel that as deeply as possible. I don't even remember what I was saying before. I was talking about the videos that I made, and I highly recommend them. They're my recent Final Fantasy videos. They're all kind of different, to be honest, because like at first when I started playing this video game, my goal was, there's a song by Paramore called Fake Happy. Yeah, okay, so that was in reference to when I was saying that, like, I'm depressed, but, like, on the outside, I'm trying to be this, like, beacon of sort of energy. And it's so true. But the fact is that, like, I just hold like the good and the bad. I just hold it all simultaneously, you know? Um, there's so much terrible stuff around me and in my own life, but then simultaneously the world is so unspeakably beautiful, and I try to just worship the beautiful, you know? There's a D&D goddess, and I forget her name right now, but she's like the goddess of art and beauty, and she's so good. That's what this song is about. You try to be a happy space for others, but you're kind of dying on the inside. You get that to an alarming level. Hugs just to add positivity into the world. Yeah, for real. And, I feel very lucky because I have access to a piano, I have access to my computer, and I'm able to do this. And so that's why I'm here trying to do my own little slice of life. And it's pretty wild because, like, I look for content a lot in my own life, and uh, there's not a lot of young voices out there that like really are just doing their own thing. And so I'm trying to just sort of lean into whatever feels right. And I think that like in terms of like meme stock, like there's a lot that you could invest in here. Like I think you'll be really at the front end of some pretty historic memeing in a certain sense when you come here, because my brand of thoughtfulness and commentary on things is very strange, but it's something that I think, I mean, I don't even understand what I'm doing half of the time, but somehow I feel like I'm just like doing okay. Because everybody around me is just like always. What am I even talking about? Nabil, it's good. I'm just gonna catch up to chat, and we'll get back on the rails a little bit. I am just like, I'm feeling so filled with love today and gratitude. That's the thing. I'm just feeling so utterly overwhelmed with gratitude at life that I am running out of I'm running out of things. I have uh, as someone who's trans who gets to live my truth, there is nothing like it. There's nothing like, we are literal flowers and I'm blossoming and like I can't even do anything about it. Like you can trample on a flower. Like people could trample me if they want, but all I'm doing is blossoming every single day of my life. And it's like what like all I can do is be a flower. That's all I can do. I can't even not do it. Like if I didn't want to do it, it wouldn't matter because this is just like I'm just, I don't even know. Let's get back on the rails. So I'm living here, and yeah, we were upstairs, or no, we were downstairs, but we just heard this sound in our apartment earlier today. I didn't catch up on chat. I'm sorry. This is a very like spontaneous episode of gender blending. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm happy because girlfriend is helping me to move to California to be with her, and her girlfriend, so that your transition is easier. Oh, it's so good to have other trans people in the chat. I am like so glad that like we can connect online. I was actually talking to my landlady earlier today, and my landlady, like, I feel extremely close to her. I've only lived here for a couple of months, but I I am blown away with how peaceful I feel now that I have like a stable place to live, and like I'm around someone who will let me like live my life. It's pretty unbelievable, and so uh, this is like crazy. I have so much energy right now. I have so much positive energy flowing through me that I can't even like get a straight dialogue. But I think it's gonna ease. I think we're gonna ease into it this episode. My mind is at such a high frequency right now that I'm like I'm trying to focus on these things, and it's not that I'm disregarding what you wrote. I know what you wrote was that your girlfriend is moving to California, and or you're moving to be with your girlfriend in California, and you're going to be with her and her girlfriend, and your transition is going to be easier because you'll be surrounded by trans people. And that's kind of what I was saying about the channel, is that like I think there just needs to be more pictures of trans people living their best life, because frankly, like what we should be building, I'm gonna fucking skip the bullshit. I'm gonna skip the bullshit when I'm on this channel because I just want to talk about like the most important things. And I feel like a lot of my stream. Oh, thank you so much, Nabil. I feel like a lot of my stream is getting over my own hesitation of not just being honest about the trans experience. But the fact is that like life should be like like I don't mean to be like just like too brash, but life should be a spa for trans people. Life, like we should be fucking worshipped. I don't mean to be like crazy. I don't mean to be like hyperbolic, but the fact is that like being trans is really hard. Being trans is a very difficult thing, but being trans is something that can be a beautiful and mystical and spiritual experience. And like the joy that I feel in having been given the ability to flourish, it makes me such like genuinely like even speaking in very practical terms, it makes me an actually like much more like uh what's the word, like uh sort of like actually like societal contributor. Like I hate that idea because I'm so like opposed to capitalism in all forms and structures, but at the same time like I am very much into socialism and like social policy and like developing a beautiful world. And like the world, it should be like creating fertile soil for trans women to just be beautiful, and like for all people to just live their best lives, because it's not even like that hard. I use very few resources. I'm wearing like limited makeup, and like all the jewelry I'm wearing is like not even that expensive. It's like like this is not pearls. I wouldn't wear pearls anyway because I'm vegan, and like this outfit was like relatively cheap. But people don't have this shit, and like it's so crazy. Okay, I've been totally ignoring chat, but what I was talking about was the thread about Bunny, who was talking about moving with their girlfriend, and so transitions easier because like being around trans people, and also especially trans people you're dating, like, oh my god, it makes such a big difference. And right now I'm not living with trans people, but I live in a place that like lets me be myself, and oh my god, I literally feel overwhelmed. Like I don't actually have the word. It's like you know, when you see like cows like jumping in the field, but like right now to like actually deliver this stream I have to be like sitting. I could be standing, I have a standing desk, but I don't know, it's just cool, and I'm really excited to play Final Fantasy. um and okay, so let's see. Also, your voice is great. Oh my god, thank you. I'm actually getting voice therapy right now, and I have a lot of goals for myself, and I want to make my voice a higher pitch, and I have other goals, but I actually do think my voice sounds pretty good just in general. Uh, but I don't know. I try not to think about it too much, and I try to focus more on the bit rate of my brain, because the fact is that we are in a crucial race against time, because our planet is melting, and there's not enough emphasis on that because we're too focused on the chuds. And but like also we have to be, you like can't not be. But um for me it's so important to like try and like captivate thought, and then like create like helpful, create like creative outlets, like just novel thought to inspire you know, ways that we're gonna like adapt these things, you know, climate change. And I'm doing such a bad job talking about chat. Let's look at actual chat. My voice is great. Hey beautiful. Oh gosh, there's so much chat, which is actually amazing. Thank you so much, Nabil, for those bits. I appreciate that so much. uh, You'd be so destined to do what trans folks' role in the past was, because in ancient civilizations, trans folk would get high, give fortunes and advice, and often just help the other trans folks. And you know, here on this channel, I listen to Terrence McKenna a lot, and Terrence McKenna is like really involved in what he calls is the archaic revival. And that archaic revival is revitalizing that role of the shaman and the shamaness in culture. And truly, I do feel like that is something I aspire for. But also, there's like a level to which where our culture, we have been so removed from nature that to be truly fostering to nature is going to require immense effort. And I feel very blessed because I have escaped the city literally, and I'm living in a beautiful place. And it's the winter right now, but come spring, I'm gonna be communing with the earth, and I will just be in the soil constantly. I'm very excited to just I'll be working all day, and that's something I was talking about for a second, but I'll get back to it. Hold on, let's see. We talked about shamanism. Cali has it easier to transition because Louisiana has bigoted. You can get basic meds through informed consent, but legal gender changes, you need to have surgeries from doctors, and the judge chooses to keep an eye on you until they think that you pass. Oh my god, or won't detransition, Jesus. I seem huggable. Know how cows love playing with yoga balls? Oh my god, thank you. I mean, these are the looks that I'm going for, is huggable and all of those things. And, you know, ideally I would like to have people who hug me too, but I'm very choosy, and also I am like very terrified too. And so it has to be like someone I meet naturally in my life, and it has to be like really right. I don't know. I have very high standards for myself, but I would very much like to be in a romantic relationship. I mean, to be fair, the planet is melting because of the chuds. Exactly, it is melting because of the chuds, and it's also melting due to like just like kind of a poor sort of structure for any meaningful change. Like I struggle to even conceive of how we go from here, assuming that we want to have a better world. And now that I actually am gonna have a second to breathe in my own life because I'll have a stable job that like covers my bills, I hope. I haven't even found out yet. I haven't gotten paid. This was my first week, and that's why I haven't streamed in a minute. But I do have a stable job now. I think that's going to help me. And, once I feel like I'm actually provided for, every single second of my life, everything is going to be devoted to giving back. And I want to talk a little more about my job and how I think that might play into this. May I ask what rules you want for chat? I didn't see any, but it seems like I'm fine with anti-capitalism talks. Yeah, I mean, anti-capitalism is like an accepted pretense of every conversation here, because capitalism has killed our world. And so like I try to actually talk about the fact that capitalism is the cause of most of all evil. But it's not just capitalism, of course. I mean, it's pretty much all hierarchy, all imposed structure, and all oppression. It's just everything. It's the whole kit and caboodle, so to speak. However, I am here because I think that there need to be novel voices that are basically here to help along the societal acceptance of technology as a part of our like very fundamental being. I consider myself a cyborg in a lot of ways, and I have pretty much just accepted that my whole like existence is interwoven with technology, and I'm actually pretty psyched to work with AI like very much as a partner. Personally, I'm very into that. Okay, anti-capitalism. Let's keep catching up here because I'm doing a slow job of catching up, but I'm glad that you're all here. I really appreciate the support. Seriously, like even having one person write things in chat, it's like, oh my god, there's someone here and they're actually like interested in what I have to say. Because truthfully, even though like I do think I have a lot of interesting things to say, I think that I'm at least like a silly person to be around. But like I still lack a lot of confidence, and so like to have people here and actually to chat with, like it's my favorite thing in the whole world. Like and so I'm sorry if I don't get to your compliment or to your comments like right away, but like I love to savor each one of them. They're all so important to me because everything that everyone says is sacred to me. I worship all of you. I literally worship you, and I am here because like I want to serve you. And in my own faith, they actually say that there's only 5 ways that you can relate to Krishna, and those 5 ways are that you can be a parent or a child, or you can be a lover, or you can be a friend, or you can serve. And when you serve, it's not a hierarchical service. It's the type of service that you do for someone that you love. It's making breakfast for the person that you love before they wake up. It's bringing them warm food when they're sick. And it's serving, your friends whenever you just have the opportunity to lend a listening ear. Have I ever heard of the YouTube series We Have Always Existed? I haven't, but I fucking say that we have always existed so many times every single day, I feel like. And that's a huge thing. I talk often, actually, about the Sex Institute in Germany that Magnus Hirschfeld ran, because that is such an important part of history. And trans people have always been here. We have always been here. Ever since physiology has been here, trans people have been around, basically. As soon as human beings were able, we've been here. Do we know that bees love playing with balls? Yes, I have seen that, and I'm very into it. Automod held something for sex-based turns. Let's see if I'll allow it. But yeah, you're not sure if I want NSFW topics or I want it to be family friendly. I like my chats to be generally oriented for fully grown and consenting adults because I like drugs and I like sex and I like the world. I worship the fucking world. I worship swears. I there's actually a Jewish figure, and this figure is named uh, Shabbatai, and this person's very controversial, but I really think that their story is very interesting. And essentially they come and they say we need to reverse all of tradition. And I definitely feel that way. Incantations of all sorts and rites and worshiping nature is very much in line with the technological epoch that we're bringing upon ourselves. Because what we need to do is to become spacefaring techno elves, and we need to use biologically grown buildings to propagate throughout the galaxy like mushrooms, like a mycelial network through the universe. And we need to just live in virtual reality environments that we all populate with our imagination, but then also visit each other's and download and evolve and just keep moving and growing and changing and bringing joy everywhere we manifest throughout the whole universe. Colonialism too. Yeah, fuck colonialism. I feel you would love the solar punk genre. Oh fuck yeah, that sounds amazing already. Where it isn't the absence of nature and technology, it's using technology to help nature we live around. It's heavily inspired by Studio Ghibli. Oh fuck yes. I love Studio Ghibli so much. I'll pull up some solar punk stuff in a second on stream so that we can see it. You mentioned something of a religion of yours. May you ask what it is? So I actually worship Krishna, and I worship Krishna in a way that is not condoned. I would be considered like a heathen. Definitely people think I'm going to hell for sure. Everybody thinks I'm going to hell pretty much, and so that's a pretty good sign that I'm probably not going to hell, because generally speaking, most people are wrong. And so the more wrong people are, the more certain that I feel pretty convinced that I'm not a sinner. And so that's something that is really helpful for me, is to know that if the masses are actually agreeing with what I'm doing, then probably I'm doing something wrong in a certain way. In terms of the fact that I'm living my truth as a trans person, of course, is what I'm alluding to in particular. And that's the thing, is that my transness is obviously inherently partially a spiritual evolution for me in a lot of ways, because the truth is that the whole being that is Paige, that is this stream, and that is this even thought stream right now, all of this is simply existing to serve Krishna. And in reality, I mean, my own thought stream is just one of all of our thought streams, but just right now, this one is just the one that's here. And so I worship the thing that we're all contributing to. I worship the next level up, essentially. I worship the next person over from me. And I worship all of you. I worship everyone in the world in existence. And that's exactly the thing, is that I open my eyes and I see the universe. And I have an urge to make it more beautiful instead of less beautiful. And it's that simple. It's literally that simple. I have a degree in philosophy, and some people think it's a joke, and some people think it's really cool, and then some people are like, well, what is that even about at the end? And it's truthfully, at the end of the day, philosophy is such a great discipline, because what it is that it faces you against the reality of the universe. It faces you against the fact that there are truths that we can't know, and that the universe is a place that we can't completely understand. But that we can remain rooted, confident in navigating the world, even if we're not sure, of everything. So philosophy is one of the most confidence building disciplines, I think, and I love it so desperately. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to stream, is because I'm so into philosophy, and I want to bring philosophy to everything that I do. It's just so important to me. And I could talk about Krishna forever. So like, if you have any questions about Krishna or my faith or anything, like, I'll talk about it as long as you want, because I have so much to say about Krishna. Krishna is the heart of my existence, and I've given everything. As I said, there's 5 ways traditionally that people can relate to Krishna, and that is as a partner, and a friend, and as a parent, and as a child, and as a servant. And when I stream, I serve Krishna. And when I love people, I serve Krishna. And when I pray, I am serving Krishna. And when I play music, I'm serving Krishna. In the world, for all of these things, I'm serving everyone. Always, it's all that I can do, literally. And so, like, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like what I've been doing lately, because the thing is that I've been trying to focus on YouTube and making my like sort of just like Final Fantasy series on YouTube, and also just posting my content, and like it's all coming out just like I want it to, but it's also like it's causing a lot of self-reflection to like look at the work that I've done so far, and to really consider like, what am I gonna do? And overall, I think that I just need to push it. I need to push it. Like, I feel like I've been afraid to just go off and just say what is coming to my mind, but I'm trying to unleash a little bit more. I'm trying to turn the handle on the faucet of my mind stream and just let the filter off a little bit more. So the thing is that when I do that, I'm obviously going to say things that are controversial. I'm obviously going to say things that I don't mean. But the fact is that I need to like start being confident in the fact that like sometimes you need to say things that are pushing the bounds, because that's the only way that you can even change anything. Not sure if you want NSFW topics or you want to be family friendly. Yeah, I did mention that, is that like I prefer an environment where anyone can talk about anything, and so like sex is completely okay and stuff. And I've always played with the idea that like as long as people are like communicating, then anything's okay. And I would say if something made me uncomfortable, and I would say like if I just like thought that something was like wrong, I guess. But at the same time, I'm a pretty open-minded person, and I normally just think things are funny. Frankly, I can't believe I haven't played Final Fantasy yet, but frankly, I think that's good. This is like foreplay. It's like we're not even there yet, but like we're stirring the pot up, and that's a good thing. I've been streaming for an hour. This has been 1 full hour, and I haven't even opened the game, so that's a very good sign, because I'm feeling great right now. So the YouTube series We've Always Existed is a trans woman making videos on essays, trans-related topics from the 1800s and earlier, because after it is more known, she wanted to talk about things like the trans Roman Emperor Elagabalus and the Scythian Anrae, who helped inspire the Amazon myth. And we know what was their HRT. We know of trans femmes using a type of HRT over 2,000 years ago, and I think that's wild. Yes, I definitely know that they had HRT in their systems a long time. Terraform the concrete, very, very true. Please, can we do that? And thank you, Jellyfish. I think it's beautiful too. I think all of life is beautiful, and I'm just here to be enraptured by it and to just sort of play my part in the cosmic dance and be supportive. And I haven't even talked about my job, so I'm gonna try and talk about my job soon, but let's see this. So I asked because Hinduism actually has a story of non-binary folk. Basically, Rama wanted to meditate in the forest and told the men and women following him to return home until he returned. Those that were neither didn't know what to do and just stayed put. Rama was a bit angry, but more confused when he returned until they explained that they are not man or woman. He then laughed and praised them and asked for forgiveness for his lack of knowledge. Such a fucking good story. Rama blessed them and told them they will one day have a seat of the table of power, not as rulers, but as a voice to take into consideration. That's so fucking beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I love that so deeply. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna remember that forever. It's so good. I love this. I love sacred lore so much. It's so sweet. Okay. Have I seen the Final Fantasy 16 trailer? They finally dropped a release date. Oh my gosh, what is the release date? Let's find out. I'm gonna look that up. And like, it's amazing that it looks great. That's awesome. I mean, Final Fantasy has like rarely missed, in my opinion. I was talking about it earlier today. It's like one of my favorite franchises overall. Even for like when it doesn't hit right, I just think it's like really fun. June 22nd, June 22nd of this coming year, so about 6 months from now. Nice. Your understanding of the world is fascinating, and sometimes I would love to sit down and talk about it with me, because holy shit. Yeah, I mean, no, seriously, I'll be here forever to talk about all of these things at length, and that's the thing that's fascinating right there. That's the juicy bit that we can talk about forever and ever and ever. It's literally an everlasting gobstopper. It's literally a fucking everlasting gobstopper. It's quantum physics at work, is that somehow, and I don't understand how we exist. And as long as we exist, we might not exist, but as long as consciousness is being, then I will be here. Because if you exist, if you are existing, then I'm in your sphere of existence. And this is what Einstein was talking about with the theory of relativity, is that like things only even exist in relation to each other, you know? And so and Thich Nhat Hanh talks a lot about interbeing, and it's such a deep teaching about the world, because as long as one atom exists, then everything else exists in relation to the atom, and you can't even get rid of that atom. The atom can appear to disappear, but it just goes somewhere else, literally. And that's the thing that I'm realizing, is that just over time I'm becoming more and more the flower that's going to exist in the eternal garden that is the whole infinite universe. And the fact is that even though I'm going to die, my being is going to exist forever. And actually, like, as time goes on, everyone who's ever existed through all of time will actually get to talk to me more and get to know me more. So if you like me now, then that's the thing that's so fucking crazy, is that like you can hang out with me more. But then the beautiful thing is that we don't have to get along, because you just don't have to hang out with people you don't want to. And that's it. Let go of hatred. That's the whole story that Jesus was trying to show. That's the whole thing about Buddhism, is to let go of hatred. Let go of it. Let the chuds be chuds. Literally, let's just hang out with the good people. But like, you know, just like, fucking, like, let's stop voicing their opinion. Like, we need to stop the media from even recognizing these things as legitimate arguments. The fact that like we're talking about anyone's rights when the world is literally on fire, but we can do things about it. Like, how is it that the world is like oh my god, let's just keep reading chat. I don't want to go on a doomer rant, because I'm like I'm in such a good mood, and there's actually like so many reasons why, and I can't even say them. My life is like too crazy. My life is insane. I can't even keep track of what's happening ever. But I just live my truth, and I just live honestly and kindly, and somehow I'm here. And the thing is that I just know that like that as long as basically we can get over societal unrest somehow, if we can somehow uh, work together and specifically focus on creating a beautiful world, then everything's going to be okay. We need to just give everyone food. We need to give everyone water and medication, and we need to give everyone shelter, and that's what we need to do. And I am still not even on the main thing I want to talk about. The NRA was known as the unmanly, we know, and would become Premarin. That was the estrogen medicine before estradiol was named after how they got estrogen. Pregnant mare urine. Interesting. They would put it on their face, and the historian wished they did more common beauty treatments like egg whites. Oh, about the everlasting gobstopper. Don't look into the book or the author. He wasn't the best. Oh shit. I believe it. I mean, I believe that like every historical figure isn't the best, but at the same time, the concept of a candy that lasts forever at the very core of it is at least not a very bad idea. So I'll just take that idea and we can just surgically cut that from the rest of the story if that's okay. Hopefully that's not too bad, and we can give it a different name too. We can call it a Rapunzel stick, I think would do. And like it's just an everlasting, well we can't say everlasting, it's just a Rapunzel stick, and they happen to last forever. Because it's like Rapunzel's hair, I guess. I didn't even make that connection when I said it, but that's how natural connections are forged, and that's what a Rapunzel stick is. And the Rapunzel stick actually exists in refutation to the author of Willy Wonka, because there needs to be awareness of whatever that person did. No, I'm sure they literally were like fucking terrible. But okay, okay. Thank you all for being here. First of all, thank you all for being here. Let's take it just 1 second. The thing with media criticism isn't trying to shut people from liking it. It's trying to figure out why it mattered to people and the issues it had. Yeah. Sorry, you sidetracked me hard. You chat a lot. No, I fucking love it. Like I was saying, this is my favorite thing, is responding to people, because I actually like started streaming because I just enjoy talking to people, but also because I think that I am a fun person to do things around, and that like sometimes it's fun to watch people play games and play songs and stuff. So I love doing all that stuff, but I love talking to people at the end of the day, especially when I have weed and edibles and coffee, and a lot of weed is really the key. So yeah, no worries about sidetracking me, but let me talk about the thing that's like most important to my life right now. And so I am someone who I am provided for, but just by very much the sliver of the smallest little sliver. I was literally out of money. I mean, I am out of money. I'm in debt, literally, obviously. I have a job, and I started it this week. I just had this like journey for months and months. I was becoming the standard programmer, the trans programmer trope, and I was programming, and I was like doing all this high-tech stuff, and I got kicked from my job because I wasn't good enough in their eyes. Rip me. So then I was out of a job, and now I'm just this like homeless, unemployed person. Well, not homeless, but like fucking going to be if I don't do something about like not having a job. And I kind of found this job that was so random. Thank you for saying best of luck. I appreciate that. But like, yeah, I think this job's going to be pretty amazing, because I am going to be working for a very good hospital that is in my area. And that's like something where I should be provided for, and I should be doing work that is meaningful and not unethical and helpful for like the general populace, and I'll be able to actually do like good things for the world. And it's not going to be like overwhelming. I think my last jobs were too overwhelming for me. I'm someone who has a weak constitution, and I am tired, and I can't like have people's like whole existences on the line. I have to just like be nice. And so being someone who works for the hospital in like a customer or like a patient facing role, like just like talking to people, I feel like that's so good for me. Like I'm gonna be answering the phone and people are gonna be like stressed about their medications, they're gonna be stressed about their appointments, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I fucking got you. I have this medical database with everything, I can do anything I want, and I'm gonna be able to help you. And get this, is that I am probably on track to actually work at the place that I had surgery. And isn't that just such a fucking trip? Like, I was talking to my landlady about drugs and psychedelics, and I was talking about how, like, being trans is as much of a trip as any drug is. But, like, and that's so true, but it is, like, being trans is as much of a drug as, like, anything else. But, like, I might literally work in the office of the place that I had surgery. That's just kind of crazy to me. I did not see that happening in my life. That was not something I thought of. And they don't even know. They don't even know because, like, I'm working in a completely different department. But, like, the fact is that it might take over. And then I might, like, be working in an office with people who already know me from, like, my life. And so that's kind of weird, but it's also kind of interesting. And they're nice. It's just strange. You're hoping to end up with an elementary school janitor job to hopefully get close to 10K before you move to your girlfriend so that they don't have to top anymore. Don't just say blank 3 times if you were fired from Twitter. I was not fired from Twitter. I was never hired for Twitter. I was never fired from Twitter. I'm not enough of a tech guru to do that. But I hope to be enough of a tech guru to inspire novel thought about technology and to use it for fun and interesting things. Right now, I'm just using it for streaming mostly, and soon I'm actually going to have to go pee because we are at the end of my bladder's ropes. Which is really unfortunate because I hate like taking the break because I just wish that I could stream constantly, of course. But unfortunately, you know, bodily functions call and you gotta like go back and forth. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna smoke this hit, right? And then I'm gonna come back for like probably just like 5 minutes, you know. It'll probably be gone for like 5 minutes and I'll be back. We're gonna pack one more bowl on my end and then we're gonna start playing Final Fantasy, and I'm hoping to beat the game tonight. So that's pretty fucking cool. I've been playing Final Fantasy for weeks, and I really am excited to probably beat it tonight. I do have like 6 hours left, so we might not, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. And for those of you who haven't been watching, please check out my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you being here. Check out my YouTube channel. I think that content is pretty good. I'm trying my hardest at least, and I think that things are going to keep getting better and better on my stream and on YouTube. I'm going to just step away for 5 minutes. I'll come back, we'll chit chat a little bit more, and then I'm going to put on Final Fantasy. Oh, by the way, if you like the music, you can download all of the music from the Google Suite that I share on my Discord. You're hoping to become a pro wrestler so that there's more queer representation in that media and hope to write a fantasy story that you hope ends up being a trans power fantasy about a friendship and discovering yourself. You know, I mean, there needs to be more trans representation everywhere, right? Like, so that's a good thing. And writing fantasy stories is amazing. I love your dreams. Trans people need to pursue all of their dreams because we really are shamans and shamanesses, and all of our dreams are so important to the world. Okay, so I'm gonna put on my BRB screen and I will be back really shortly. And thank you for being here. Talk soon. Yo, I'm back already. I'm freaking back already. I rushed back. I went as fast as I can. But also, like, I took precaution. I didn't just recklessly come back, I promise. Whoops. Let's see. Let me switch over. Let's see. Hello. This is Bach. All the piano's me. Thank you. What's up, everyone? I hope that you're having good nights. We're gonna play Final Fantasy IX, and we're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish the whole game. That's the goal. We'll see if it happens. So one day I'll be able to make it past the actual loading screen. Oh, and it's because the select button is square for some reason. I don't quite understand that. And also, I'm noticing that I'm at Braun Ball. I forgot I was that far in the game. But that's kind of sick. This is a cool part of the game. Oh my god, this is so trippy. This is so good. Oh fuck, I'm so excited to play this game. At least can dig the sounds here, you know? Whenever I'm feeling down, I try to just like focus on the beauty that is around me, you know? And this game has such a beautiful soundtrack. And I hope it can serve as a good backdrop for the night. I'm gonna turn it up while I smoke here just a little so you can appreciate the sound. Just a little. It's like this alien world. Look how beautiful that is. So, we just came here because we're chasing Kucha. I'm gonna turn it down a little. And so, basically, we found Zidane's, like, sort of genetic twin, and we're gonna hang out with them. I think we've bought all the items that we need right now. I think all of our item management is, like, totally good, so we should be able to just go find, Minako, I think might be her name. We'll see. I forget which building she's in, but it shouldn't take long because I think there's only like 4 of them. 4 buildings. So yeah, maybe we talk to Garnet. Do I wish to rest? Normally in a video game, probably you should rest. Normally in real life we should probably rest, but it's so hard. You may be sleepy. Yo, I don't blame you. It's so late. I always mean to stream earlier, but then I just end up streaming like in the super AM. So I'm sorry about that. But this week I will be streaming Tuesday and Thursday in the evenings after work. So hopefully I can get you there. And I'll stream every Saturday with Nabil, assuming Nabil wants to. We're gonna be streaming tomorrow night at 8 p.m. and I'm really excited for that. You know, streaming is just like, it's become one of my favorite things in the whole world, and so I want to start doing it like as consistently as I possibly can, but you know, life just gets in the way sometimes. It's okay though, because let's do it, right? I know it's gonna be awesome. Because like, I don't know, I was excited to talk to you about just like my new job, and I was excited to just talk to you in general because like I always feel like we just have good conversations. But yeah, I've been reviewing the content from me playing this game, and I'm like, this is actually kind of sweet. Like, this is really the sort of stuff that I want to do. It's kind of lighthearted. It's like funny, but that's very good. I think that's sort of what I wanted to bring when I played this game. I think the game itself is like a comedy, and so I think to just like enjoy that like vibe, even though it's like so deep, it's at its core a comedy because everyone lives, and like the end of the game is conquering existential dread and conquering death itself, and you know, this game is just so fucking beautiful. So hopefully we'll get to experience that ending here tonight, because Zidane is trying to figure out what's happening, and these are people being born basically genetically, I guess. And Zidane was born this way. I actually kind of prefer the old graphics though. This is the Moguri mod, and like the pre-rendered backgrounds are much more gorgeous than they used to be, but the character models in the updated game, they're almost too polished a little bit. Zidane doesn't want to understand. He's not like that. All these guys with tails who look like him, they're a bunch of zombies. And now Zidane has to experience what Vivi has been experiencing this whole time. They're peers. Everyone's a genome. Is that what they're called? Not just them, but us. Each of us are genomes. Or mitochondria. Zidane is such like an apt protagonist in that way. Talk about a letdown. Who would have guessed that the home that I'm yearning for would be a dump like this? It's not even Gaia. Aren't you happy you returned to the place of your birth? Happy you guys can process that emotion? So good. Because you, Zidane, you're special. They're mere vessels, but he has a greater purpose. He's following the will of Garland, who we haven't met in the game yet. And so Garland is like sort of the person who's kind of behind all of the passing of one planet to another in this sort of cycle of birth and death between Garland. And so Garland's watching over the planet. Restoring the people of Terra. The people beside these guys, they're merely vessels. And so, like, I don't know, this game, it's kind of interesting. I think that, like, technology is, like, way more interesting than, like, a cycle of birth and death, because truly, I think that, like, our technological future hopefully is going to be just, like, kind of mostly life. I really worship life in all of its forms as much as possible. And, you know, it's the winter right now. I know that the winter especially is like a hard time of year, but actually like playing Final Fantasy in the winter when I was growing up, it's some of my fondest memories, if I'm being completely honest. I would just try and kind of bundle up and I would just play Final Fantasy all night. And so that's kind of what we're doing right now. And I enjoy it so much. In this game, the ending is just woven in such a way that it just feels like very well wrapped up. I think it ties it like very nicely together. So it's the people of Terra are coming. What else can there be? At this point, I just want to like read the story because it's just so good, honestly. Because of his failure, he was forced to wait a long time, to wait until Gaia's civilizations gained tremendous power. That's why you attacked the Summoner's Village. They have a cycle of souls. And Garland planned to gain control. I don't think it's a cycle of souls in life, though. I think it's just like a spout, and it's just always out spouting. Personally, that's how I interpret it. Personally, Zidane isn't back yet. The Dagger not feeling well. I wonder where he is. Look at this cast of characters. They're all so interesting. Just gotta go find Zidane. Let's see. How do we even activate this on this controller? I think it's L2, if I'm being honest. But this has always been like an issue on this controller. There we go, I figured it out. Look at that. Quinn probably wants to eat it. So that's what Quinn is. Yep, there it is. It's been a minute since I played this game, but you can pretty much guess what's happening. Quinn is so good. You have no answer, so you don't mind. I've met so many people like that. And it doesn't matter. Like, why would it matter in the end? It is just a rock, I guess. Who's that? You know who it is. What are you doing here? What's up? Where'd you come from? You stood there like the other dummies. No one can tell the difference. I don't think they're dumb. I think that everyone is special and beautiful. They say someone's always got a double somewhere. There's so many here. World's a strange place. It's so weird to stream in a certain way because it's like you kind of have to be confident to like present yourself to the world in this way as like sort of a voice or like a whole like personality almost. But then it's like we are just people too. Like I'm just like someone else, and I'm so like conscious of the fact that like you know I'm just another person here on this planet, and Zidane is someone who definitely like is used to being like unique, you know. And Zidane's kind of like, oh my god, what if I'm just like everyone else? And Zidane's kind of like shallow in that way. It is like really waking up to it, and this is like really Zidane's descent into like existential depression, like really deep depression, and like Zidane becomes suicidal here soon, pretty much, and so that's what we're like watching. It's not just me. You look like your master too. Like Zidane's like, oh my god, why are we all conformed to these shapes? Of course, Master Quail's the Q clan. I don't know the best way to pronounce it. I guess everybody looks the same to someone from another race. And there's definitely a lot about gender in here, like just the fact that like, you know, like people's perception of gender just changes everywhere, you know? And my perception of gender is like I don't understand anything. I just accept. I just hear people out. I just listen to people and I just try to enjoy the world. Kind of. Okay. I guess everybody looks the same to someone from another race. Kind of a fucked up thing to say, is my like initial impression of that statement. But let's just keep going and just like kind of like enjoy the story where it does go, because like there's a lot happening here, and the story's gonna come together. And I'm supposed to go find Zidane, so we are going to run out and. Now we know how to do this. And there it is. I wasn't sure if I needed my mouse, but we got past it. Excuse me. Vivi is probably the best character in this game, in the story. There's a lot of really good characters. I really love Beatrix too, but Vivi is just like... Vivi's like supposed to be like this diminutive character, but is actually like the one who's most able to conquer his own existential dread. Joey the bastard, hello, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Tonight I'm hoping to finish the game, and I haven't gotten very far. I've been streaming for an hour and a half, but we haven't pushed the game very forward because I'm super moseying tonight. But honestly, as I've been like releasing the videos of myself playing on YouTube, it's like okay, because I just cut the YouTube videos down, and honestly I've been so satisfied with how they are. I just let my stream of consciousness go, and I can just sort of trust and have faith that like the things that I like feel like putting out there just sort of come to be. And like even if I don't feel good about it, I just skip whole segments and it doesn't matter because I get to release whatever I want. So thank you for being here, Joey. We have a very good night tonight because it's my first week of a job that actually feels like really rewarding to me. And also like this music is so fucking lit. But I'm working a new job and it actually has like some fucking meaning to it because I'm working for a hospital and I'm taking calls. And at first I just took it because it was like a job. I just needed a job or else I'd be fucked. But like honestly, I've never found a job that I think I could like more. Like it's just like such a random job to take calls for a hospital. But people call up for like fucking important things, and like I might even end up working in the place that I got surgery surgery. And so I might help trans girls actually get the surgeries that they need. And that is so fucking amazing because ever since I had surgery, all I've wanted to do is help other people get it because it has changed my life. And I am so unspeakably excited for the future of my life. And I feel so open to happiness in a way that I can't even explain to people. I feel like I can experience a positive romantic relationship in my life, and that is something that I like couldn't dream of before. And I am, I, I'm overflowing with love just constantly, and so it's a good feeling, and this game is adding to my vibes because this game is the best game ever, and it's just like, look at these backgrounds. So much love went into creating this environment, and the story is just all about this sort of uh, very fundamental inquiry into our own reason for waking up in the morning and getting out of bed. And all the characters are going through that, just like we all are. What do you mean? What are you doing, Vivi? I feel like the chat bubble there should be pointed more towards Zidane. It would make a little bit more sense because I'm pretty sure Zidane's. Oh, it does say Zidane in the top left corner of that bubble. So it's kind of interesting that the chat bubble goes the wrong way. At least Vivi's is appropriately pointed, like Vivi's hat. I'm trying to talk with the natives. The natives? I hope that they are okay with that term. This boy here seems to be my age and everything. Everybody there is androgynous, which is pretty amazing in its own way. You're wasting your time. They won't give you a decent answer. I forget the party being so harsh to the people here. The people here are just fucking chilling, and like the party seems to hate them. I feel like I like the people from Terra more than the party right now, to be honest. I could just vibe on Terra. It's just fucking blue. It's just this like blue planet. I guess blue's like a depressing color and it's supposed to be like lifeless, but it's kind of more chill than like anything else. Like look at these, like look at this like rock pool thing. Like that's pretty cool. I don't know why, but I feel like we're similar. Similar? It's because both of you were developed in like a lab or something. I know they're similar to me, but no, not like that. They're a lot like the Black Mages. I thought that was apparent. Of course, we don't look alike at all, but I can see one thing. Their minds aren't hollow. Exactly. Thank you, Vivi. Thank you. I think their minds are just out to lunch. Yeah, maybe. I don't think that they're hollow, probably. I think, like, all forms of existence are worshipped. They should be worshipped, you know? Okay, we're gonna go find Zidane, so I think we can go this way, probably. Here's this, the truth. Hey, where are you taking me? I told you, we're gonna go see Garland. I freaking love, like, Final Fantasy environments always have, like, shell buildings and, like, mushroom buildings. It's such a good vibe. Yeah, of course, but this way's a dead end. How do you know, Zidane? Have you been here? See? You can find him through the portal. Exactly. It's that simple. You just use the portal. This freaking tree. Will you not say farewell to your friends? I don't care what I am. I was born here, wasn't I? Okay, there you go, Zidane. An enemy of the people of Gaia? Oh, you're so mean, Zidane. Make no mistake, I won't join your side. Okay, well there we go. If we're relatives, then you want to take care of this little family matter yourself. Zidane's whole like not wanting to be a weapon deal is a pretty freaking good story. We can talk to Amarant here really quick. Say, Amarant, did Zidane go this way? Yeah, seems like it. He had a serious look. I knew something was wrong. Gonna go look for him. Amaranth and Aiko is a sick duo. That's such a good team. And I've just been using Amaranth, like, basically to farm dragons in the last couple episodes of me playing this. So he's pretty ripped right now. And I think Aiko was in our team too, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel pretty confident about this. Yeah, Aiko is actually a higher level than Amaranth, so that's pretty cool. And I think we were trying to get auto regen. I think that's what we were looking for, but we're pretty happy about the other setups. Okay, that seems really good. This reminds me of Rainbow Road in the first Mario Kart game. I freaking love Super Nintendo and like the whole like aesthetic. Like, look at how beautiful this is. I love how luminous this environment is. Oh my god. So beautiful. So freaking beautiful. Hello. Now you listen to me. Where did you take Zidane? He went on his own. Garland is a sinister name. Zidane wouldn't leave us hanging. He went to find out the reason for his existence. That's a terrible lie. I am an enemy of the people of Gaia, he said, as he walked through the gate to portal to Pandemonium. We gotta tell the others. Alright. I always remembered this section being so short. Like, they team you up with Amaranth, but then you just, like, run back immediately. Having grant the wandering soul eternal repose. We're about to reach the You're Not Alone segment of Final Fantasy IX, which is pretty famously based. Talk about bad taste and interior decorating. This is the brain room. This is the brain vat room. They kind of do look like brains, right? Alright, time to teach this tyrant a thing or two. I don't have many thoughts about, like, this Castle Pandemonium because, like, I don't know what there is to think. It's supposed to be, like, just, like, the bounds of existence, I think, or something. I don't know. Who are you? Oldman. 12 years ago, I lost one of my most prized genomes. Well, that seems like, not a big deal if you're, like, some sort of deity. I'm gonna turn down the audio just a little. This organ is pretty intense. I went to school for music, and I've always still found organ to be just, like, such an overpowering sound. It's a little much for me, personally. I much prefer piano. It's a lot lighter. Okay, you created and sent them to Gaia to disrupt the cycle of souls. Alright, that's fair. And I clicked off of the screen, so we have to go back here, and we should be good now. You are that genome. I'm glad you returned. Wow, so Garland is Zidane's father, basically. I didn't come here to answer to you. Let me guess. You must be Garland. Yo, nice teleportation, Garland. I have no intention of destroying Gaia. You only want to make Gaia into Terra. This person's just nostalgic for the old Terra. But it's like, yo, we've moved on. Of course, not everything went as planned. You growing up on Gaia. There's another one as you are. Maybe the one who threw a wrench into your gears. Everyone knows who it is. Huge. I was always surprised that Zidane didn't see that. Follow me, the time when the aura of the Gaia will turn into the Crimson Glow of Terra has not come yet. Cool, cool, cool. I may need your help anyway. This game is so sick. These backgrounds are stunning. Like, what are we looking at? Now tell me everything. Constructed the genomes to be vessels for the souls of the people of Terra when they awaken. 24 years ago, I gave life to a genome that was very much like you, as well as Hushan to make him into a proper vessel, and I considered discarding him. But then I thought I should put his strength to use. I sent that genome as my servant to disrupt the cycle of souls on Gaia. Tell me who it is. You know who it is, Zidane. Everyone knows. Do you not yet know? You and he are so much alike. Okay, let's get through this. Oh wow, there it is. Seems good. He's a genome. He doesn't have a tail. Not all genomes have tails. He's only hiding it. He denies his own identity. He rejects the meaning of his existence and tries to assert his own individuality. Don't you see the resemblance? I assert my own individuality. It's pretty trans. It's pretty ripped, to be honest. Don't you see the resemblance? Shut up, I'm not like him at all. See, you're fighting reality. Not reality, but like fucking people's conceptions of gender, I guess, is what we're fighting. Cause like, Jesus Christ. I can't believe like, I feel like cis people don't even realize how much trans people have to defend themselves against their own perceptions of reality that just trap us. It's like pretty insane, to be honest. And now I'm gonna be working for the medical system, and I can actually like maybe even help with that and help to like ease sort of trans people's experiences in the medical field, because they won't be so like pigeonholed by being like misgendered and dead names and stuff, because I would never do that to people. His ambition was unbecoming of his genome, but it was perfect for the mission that you gave him. Oh, and my mouse isn't clicking right, so let's try and get that back on the screen here. There we go. And it's not working again immediately, of course. There we go. What he did for me far exceeded my greatest expectations. Cool. What about me? How'd I end up here? Fuji couldn't bear him being born. He couldn't bear to see Genome with more power, so he felt threatened. Oh. Hold on a second. There was just a loud noise here, and I just want to check on what that was. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. This is a weird thing to do. Yo! Can you hear me? Are we here? Let's go back to this. Yo, I don't know if it's just me or if it's life, but life seems so trippy because, like, things happen and they're just unexplainable to me. But someone just left our house, and I was pretty well certain that there were only 2 people in this house. But there was another car in the driveway and someone just left, and it's just like, am I like literally crazy? Because things happen around me and I just so totally don't expect them. Also, I'm feeling very chilly because I'm scantily clad in a very open house, so I'm gonna put on a sweater. Please forgive me from crowding your view of my porcelain bodice. I hope that you're all having a good evening. This is Gender Blending, and my name's Paige, and this is my little slice of the universe here. And tonight we're playing Final Fantasy and trying to beat that game. It's been pretty fun, and I just had a really trippy thing happen where someone left our house. I'm like gonna pass out soon myself. It's so late. We just had some people leave our stream, but we're still here playing, and I could use some energy. I've been drinking coffee, but I'm mostly hungry, I think. I don't know, it's just like too many bodily needs happening at once. But the bodily need we're going to fulfill right now is to play more Final Fantasy, because I'm just going to dig into the story. I might talk a little less in this next segment because I'm a little tired, but we can let the game carry us forward, because this is a very story-based part of the game. And so I'll probably narrate and we'll just chill and we'll get through it. I'm just gonna put on like sweater on sweater here because I'm so cold. Our house is a lot warmer because we just got our furnace fixed. We're actually going without a furnace there for a while. But we actually have the furnace going, so it's less bad. But I'm very scantily clad, and this room is very open. I hope that you're enjoying it here if you're new here. And if you aren't new here, or wait, yeah, if you're new here, and if you aren't new here, that means that you like it here because you've come back, and so thank you so fucking much. Thank you so much. And please, 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 please do me a favor if you're listening to me. Take a deep breath to start. Take like a whole deep breath with me, not like a half-assed one. Okay, and now if you have weed, take a hit. Like, let's take a hit together. Because, you know, well, I don't have to explain it to you if you're here and you're smoking with me. Right now we're playing Final Fantasy IX, and my name's Paige. This is Gender Blending. We've been talking a lot tonight about my new job, and I'm pretty excited for that. I'm hoping it helps to afford me being able to stream full-time more one day, and also that it affords me space to be healthy in my life, because it's probably one of the best jobs that I've ever had. And I've had a lot of very stressful and difficult jobs in my life, and so I really don't want to fail. I want to do like a really good job, and so I'm really looking forward to it. This is a little bit of a celebratory stream in that way, so thank you for being here with me. And we're gonna finish playing Final Fantasy IX, and I might talk a little less in this section, but I'll respond to anything anyone says in chat. I hope that you enjoy the game sound, and I hope that you enjoy the story to this wonderful game, and whatever commentary might come out of me as we play this. Tomorrow night, oh, actually, I pulled my keyboard over because I wanted to write something in chat here. I wanted to share my YouTube page. This is Groovy News. I'm glad you like your new job. Yeah, so I'll be working as a patient services representative for the hospital. And like, I know that sounds so random, like just doing like a call center job for a hospital, but like, it actually is so like nice. I've never had a job that's like so like ethical. Like, it's so nice to do, but then it's also like it's gonna pay like enough that I'll be able to live, even though it's not like that great. But then like it's also interesting, and I can do it from home, which is ridiculous. That's pretty amazing. An opportunity to help people in the most stressful time of their lives. I know, right? And like I keep saying, it's so trippy that it might be at the place that I have surgery or had surgery. So that's like even crazier. That's the craziest thing of all of it. Yeah. And so it's been hard work, but this is my next week of training, and then after that I'm gonna actually start doing it, so I'm pretty excited. But what I've been doing with my free time after work, I've been streaming a little less, only because I've been working so much, but this week I'm going to really try and stream on Tuesday and Thursdays at 8 p.m. That's my goal, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. to stream every single week. But what I have been doing is I've been releasing a lot of videos on YouTube, so I want to post that in chat. And so, oh, let me actually do it better than that. And so that's my YouTube channel if you enjoy my content. I've been making edited VODs of my playthrough through Final Fantasy, and I've also been recording and trying to edit some other videos of myself. So if you enjoy being here, then I really highly recommend it. And now I'm going to get back into the game, and we're just going to chill and play Final Fantasy IX the way that it was meant to be enjoyed. Okay, let's do it. press that and go. Kuja discarded us. He dropped us into Gaia, the world he would destroy. But he actually ends up destroying Terra, which is kind of interesting. Spoiler alert. So I was to be your slave, just like Kuja? I didn't expect Kuja to abandon you. It's kind of like me, because I was forced to join the army when I was younger. And so, like, I was kind of forced to be a weapon, in a way. But now I'm just cute, which is kind of sweet. You're watching in another tab and it hit like... Oh, nice! That's wild. Yeah, I think some of them are really good. Some of them are really good. Some of them I truly think are a little less good than the others, but the thing is that they provide like the frosting. They do provide transitory material, but I think especially the more recent ones have just been like knocking it out of the park, truthfully. And I'm excited because this is the beginning of the journey. Like, there's other Final Fantasy games to play, but also I have so much other stuff that I want to do on stream. I'm excited for all of it, and I'm really excited to do like vegan stuff too. I want to like cook and stuff on stream once I have like a camera that I can do it with. Bringing Gaia would prove his victory. So we're gonna just like basically learn about Kuja and Garland's plan and stuff, and then Zidane's gonna be all suicidal, and then we'll kind of get through that. We're gonna fast forward here slightly because there's a lot happening here, and I'd like to play some actual game, even though we're like playing a story-based game. Even now, the leafetry blocks the flow, while it lets those of Terra flow freely. Come and see for yourself. So when Zidane stopped the flow from the leafetry, it was a bad thing, I guess. What is this? It's an observatory. Place to measure the radiance. That's the center of the planet, the end and the beginning of the cycle of souls. The light remains Gaia's for now, but when the blue light changes to crimson, it will all belong to Terra, and its restoration will be complete. That's why I wrapped up the light in the leafetry. So Kuja is just an angel of death who sends his souls to the tree of Leva. Yes, my angel of death, but only until you came of age. What do you mean, yo? His soul is not eternal. I was gonna create you next, after all. And by the way, in case you were wondering, I am warm now. Now that I put on these sweaters, oh my god, I am so comfortable. You have no idea how comfortable I am right now. My life is just so, perfect, and I hope that every second of my life I can spend making everyone else's life perfect. And one of the ways that I like to do that is through my stream here. And so if you're listening, just like, you matter to me so much, because all of my heroes are honestly people who have had like radio stations, like pirate radio stations, or like people who commune messages that are either rebellious in nature or spiritual in nature. I think all musicians are sort of sharing the experience of spiritual commune. That's like what music is, and that's like what streaming is. And so just thank you so much for being here, because it's kind of like I'm playing the harp in a certain way, but I don't mean to harp on it, so to speak. So let's go ahead and just enjoy this story a little more. You won't need Kuja's soul once I grow stronger than him. Oh. Everybody's worried about strength. I don't know why everybody's trying to be so ripped. I just like being like kind of me. I'm not trying to be ripped. I actually like just being like my shape. I'm not trying to be more or less ripped. I just like who I am. I think that I don't know what I think. You have the power, the position, and the motive to do it. Garland, why can't you just chill for a second? Why can't you be more like the genomes? I wouldn't want that kind of power if I only had a place to call home. My brothers in Tantalus. Yo, the Tanty gang is literally the best. And then the rest of the gang. My home's with them. If you say I have a motive, then it's to punish all of you. Zidane wants to destroy Terra. We'll see if he does it. Body becomes a vessel which greets a new soul. I've actually been dealing with my own existential threat recently, my own existential dread, and it happens to me every single day when I brush my teeth. Actually, I have a lot of difficulty like trying to figure out how much mouthwash I should use at any given time. And I know that sounds so random, but like I go to brush my teeth and then like I have to like limit my resources in general. Like to live my life, I have to limit my resources. I have to use as little soap as possible. I have to use as little hair gel as possible. I make my own vegan hair gel, by the way. The music is probably way overpowering right now. I make my own vegan hair gel, and you know, I have to like constantly limit my resources, and it's so funny because like I'm just like deep in like thought all the time, constantly, and when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm just thinking like, oh my god, I have to use like as little toothpaste as I can, but I also have to be like as effective as I can. Like I don't want to use not enough, but I want to use the right amount, and like I never know how much mouthwash to use. I never ever know. I like use half the cap, and or at least I try to use like half the cap, but then like what ends up happening is that it will just like I'll misjudge it. It'll be like a third of the cap, and then all of a sudden I'm like trying to swish this mouthwash in my mouth, and there's nothing to facilitate a cleanly feeling in my mouth, and then I have to either do more or just accept my fate. And if I put a little bit more, then there's problems associated with that I'm not even going to go into right now. But then if you go over that halfway point in the cap and you have too much mouthwash, you have your own world of problems with that scenario, because that involves so much mouthwash in your mouth that when you like swish mouthwash in your mouth, even with the highest quality mouthwashes, it generates like a foam situation in your mouth, and your mouth gets too filled with foam, and there's like too much liquid and foam in your mouth, and you almost can't get your mouth clean because there's too much cleaning product in your mouth. And so I'm like constantly struggling every single day, and sometimes I just get so frustrated because I just pour the wrong amount, and I've just been like obsessing over this stupid detail. I think it's so funny too. I don't know, I've wanted to talk about it on stream because it's just like, I don't know if other people like stress about like the quantities of shit that they use the way that I do, and I also don't know if people stress about being able to press X on their PlayStation controller as much as I do, because apparently pressing X is condemned on my computer screen. Soon the power will be mine alone. Everybody's so obsessed with power. I'm obsessed with just being like in my own realm. In the Bhagavad Gita, which, let me see here, hold on. I should have the Bhagavad Gita around here somewhere. Here it is. It's my favorite book here, the Bhagavad Gita. It's the holy text that I sort of reverence most of the time. Krishna actually said something. I think it's in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It says, let's see. Where is it? I'm gonna find it. It has to do with how you should live in the world. Is this it? Nope. So Arjuna asked Krishna how like someone who's basically very contented with the world operates. Like, what is it like when someone is actually truly at peace with the world? What is someone like that like? And Krishna has this like really good description of what someone like that would be like, and I just want to read one of the lines. But sometimes it can be hard to find specific lines in books, but I'm gonna find this literally ASAP, I promise. Shouldn't take long at all. Maybe it's in the last chapter. If I can't find it, then I'll just give up, of course. Because, you know, sometimes in life, you just have to give up. But the Bhagavad Gita is a pretty crazy book. Philosophy, or just spirituality, or anything. Truly, it's just amazing. Let me see here. I think I can find it. I do feel like I can find it. Sometimes it's good to just take a second anyways to breathe. So we'll just take 1 second here while I look for it. I don't know if I can find it or not, but I want to. I'm just guessing now at this point. Honestly. But at the same time, it'd be cool if I found it, right? I'm gonna give up soon, but we'll see. I thought I knew where it was. I truly thought that I knew where it was, because I know this book pretty well. I've read it so many times over. I think it's in the 2nd chapter. I really believe that what I'm looking for is in the 2nd chapter of this book, and maybe I skipped it. Well, if I can't find it, I'll paraphrase it, because I've been looking for it for so long. Like, this is a good line, is be intent on action, not the fruit of the action. That's a really good line, but that's not what I was looking for. So what I was actually trying to find is that Krishna says, like, to just clothe yourself in simple clothing, to place yourself in the middle, like, in terms of, like, a modest house. Give yourself what you need. Give yourself beauty. But just don't take too much. Just don't be a glutton, you know? Eat what you want to eat, but don't just, like, eat until you're sick every day. That's basically the whole thing. I'll try and find the passage later and communicate it better. Okay, so Kuja's gonna try and fuck shit up. Oh, and then somehow I changed this, which was not my intention. That's my Discord. Please check out my Discord if you're interested. I shared it in the chat earlier. I can share it again soon. Oh, and okay, so you should be hearing the game. Oh, and then this is like the best segment of the game in a lot of people's opinion. There it is. Who am I? I'm gonna smoke a bowl on this one. Jesus Christ. Who am I? This is the real question at the heart of Kingdom Hearts. Oh wait, wrong game. Let's play Kingdom Hearts. No, this is the question at the center of Final Fantasy IX. Who am I? Who the fuck am I? And I don't know. I don't have an answer. I truly don't have an answer for who I am. But I know that I'm here. That is, I mean, Descartes did have that right. I'll give Descartes that. I think, therefore, I am. True. Very true. It's a tautology. We think we're here. That's a good thing. And you know what? I'm going to smoke on this note, and we're going to push forward just a little bit more. I don't know anything. I can't think at all. Fucking same. Same. I can't think at all. Oh, there it is. Here's this song. Oh, this part of the game is so fucking good. This is called You're Not Alone. This is so good. I don't know anything. That's literally how I feel though, like all the time. Like, what is everything? Jesus Christ. This guitar? This is one of the first guitar solos I learned, like, of a song. This part of the game is so fucking good. Oh my god. I'm so tired too. This game, like seriously, this game hits home. It hits so close to home. Cause I'm so depressed. Oh my god, I feel like an empty fucking vessel. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Who? Same. That's literally how I feel. That's literally how I feel. And it's so poignant doing it on a stream too, because like, obviously like this stream, it's like I'm myself, but I'm also like just a representative of an idea at any given moment, I guess. This song is so good though. Oh my god, I could literally just listen to this song on repeat forever. And video game music, how the fuck is video game music so fucking good? It makes me want to scream. It makes me want to scream how much I love the music in this game. And like, it makes me want to scream how much I love this game. I feel like in playthroughs of video games, you're supposed to like actually beat the game, but I just want to sit on every one of these screens and just enjoy all of this art, this pre-rendered art, and this fucking amazing story. Because Zidane is so real. The way that they use Zidane to like sort of, what do you call it? Like when you have a needle and you're trying to get the thread through this needle. They do such a good job of just telling this fucking story. And like, oh my god, my heart hurts so fucking badly for Zidane, but like I love Zidane, and like everyone's trying to tell Zidane that they love him despite his faults, and like he hates himself, but everyone loves him, and like I love Zidane so much, but Zidane doesn't care, but like in the end it's a good ending. And oh my god, this game pays off so good, so well. Oh fuck, what are we doing here? We're coming to have a fucking sick climax to a video game. And it wasn't eased. Actually, it was pretty simple. It was pretty straightforward, to be honest. It took about like 48 hours total, probably. This had nothing to do with us. There he goes, being the tough guy. Yeah, but that's what's ripped about Zidane. Don't be like that. Don't be a jerk, though, Zidane. Jesus. Come on. They're just trying to be nice. They're just trying to be nice, Zidane. Come on. Please. Pretty please. Okay. Zidane, wait up. You need rest. Don't call them twits. Shit, that was loud. Okay, it shouldn't be too bad though. There are some things kids can't understand. You're a kid, Zidane. I'm a kid still, probably, in some ways. In some ways. I think that we've fought these things several times as Zidane already. I think we're in pretty good shape in this fight. I don't think we have too much to worry about. He isn't immune to poison, apparently, but that's okay, because I think we're gonna be fine. My party is pretty strong, so I don't think we have too much to be worried about through most of this game. Oh, nice. What's up, Freya? Thank you for being here. Really appreciate your presence here. I don't know if I can actually, like, do anything while it's flying. Oh, yeah, okay, so I definitely didn't really need much help, I guess. But now here's, like, most of my party. We'll just attack, because I guess we're allowed to. And, yeah, it didn't take very long. It did not take very long. That's kind of my style when I play video games. Is I like to just have a party that you just don't have to worry too much about anything, because it just makes it a nice fluid story as you progress forward. How foolish of you to go alone. But who hasn't felt this way? Like, I feel like we just push away everyone we love, but then we also like crave to just be around them so much. And so, like, as a stream, like, one of the things that I love is that I'll just be here to listen to forever, and I just keep existing forever. And like, if people aren't into it, they don't have to tune in. But if you're into it, then like, I'm just like something that you can always tune into. And if you don't like me, there's 100 other voices out there. But like, I'll always be here to talk to and to just hang out. And you can like literally stay in contact with me on my Discord. I'll throw out my information again, because there's both my YouTube channel and my Discord. And I'm trying to be more active on both of those things as much as I can. But yeah, this game is so depressing, and you know, I know the world is so depressing, so that's one of the reasons that we're trying to do this, is just be positive. And even Amarant here, again, damn hypocrite, always talking about friendship, and you're nothing but a selfish loner. I'm honestly like that's me too. Like, I seriously am a selfish loner sometimes, but I have friends who love me just like they love Zidane. And like, oh my gosh, this game is so fucking good. How is this game so good? Oh, it's such a work of art. And the way they tie together the threads of like all the characters' individual story arcs, because like they're all so like different. They're all so different, but like when they come together as a team, it's just so satisfying. My landlady says she's never played a video game, and that's so wild to me. I think that we should be pretty good in this fight. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. I think we're pretty alright. I don't think we have too much to worry about with the sort of damage that Steiner's kind of throwing out there right now. So it's pretty satisfying. This is obviously one of the better parts of the Final Fantasy game, is when you get to just go around and be ripped constantly. So we're gonna kind of fly through this part of the game. This part being like just sort of all the way to the end, but we'll probably keep playing Final Fantasy after that, even just kind of what do you call it? Just playing like the mini games and stuff. Joey the Bastard, love it. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. The spells in this game are so loud. Or at least they seem it to me. Whoops, didn't mean to pause. Hopefully it lets me select things now. I might have clicked off the screen. Alright. Not too worried about any of these fights. And it's a good thing that I'm strong too, because I am pretty tired right now. Even though I'm like stoked as fuck to be here, I have to admit I'm like very physically tired. But also I'm kind of just so into the late night streams. It's just the energy that I love. This is when I feel like most creative, is just in the middle of the night. It's just it's always how I've been ever since I was very young. It's like I hit this spot in my consciousness that is just most conducive to rambling, I think. I still want you to take me a place of lots of good food. Same. Witness. And I've not yet concluded whether or not you're the right man for Her Highness. That feels like such an artificial line. As much as I love this game, some of it is a little weak. But that's nice, Steiner. Thank you for approving of Zidane. And then, like, hopefully I don't close out of this game with my poor controller situation. Here we go. We should be good now. I'm gonna run out of coffee here soon, so I'll need to get some more, but I'd be back. I'm gonna be back, and we're gonna finish the game. Just leave me alone. I don't want to trouble you anymore. Oh, this is the realest part of the game. Oh my god, it's so good. A bunch of babysitting bastards. They just love you, Zidane. That's all. It's okay. It's alright to have friends. I'm the worst bastard here. Literally. I mean, I feel that way, like, streaming, truthfully. It's like, Jesus, I feel like shitty, but, like, somebody's gotta be out there. Somebody's gotta be kind of, like, trying to be nice and interesting. Because I think about, like, when I search for content online and the sorts of things that I want to see. And what I want to see are just more trans people living beautiful lives. And so, it's kind of what I'm here for. Jesus, this game's so good. I'm just gonna chill and play the game for a while, I think. And just let the vibes happen. I'm gonna experiment with that, because that's just like... I know that it's not gonna be good for content, but... I just feel like really compelled to just focus on this game right now. So I'm just gonna focus on the game for a minute, and then like if things in chat come in, then I'll respond to them, but I'm just gonna play the game for a minute. I just fucking enjoy it. It's so good. And it feels like even better to not have to worry about healing or anything. I just get to attack over and over. And I'll just win the fights just by attacking. It's so good. Oh gosh. Please don't. I think Dagger comes in and heals now.